It's E3 2015. I'm Justin, this is Peter, and we got to see a little bit of a new Zelda game. Maybe not as exciting as Zelda for Wii U, but a new Zelda 3DS game, Triforce Heroes.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Four Swords.
Well, I mean, it is Four Swords, except that this time there are only 3 swords. So there's a new mechanic in this game where you jump on top of your other Link characters.
You're
exploring. Yeah, a totem that you're going to explore around with. You're able to hit enemies that are high up, able to hit switches. But they were saying, talking with the developers, that it didn't really work with 4 characters, so they're limiting this one to 3, which is probably why they're not calling it Four Swords.
I don't know what he means when he says it doesn't work, but, whatever.
You're playing on the 3DS as a small screen, and especially if you turn on the 3D effect, like maybe it was just really confusing to have too many characters like stacked up. 3 does seem like watching it in action, it does seem like a good number of characters to have on there.
Sure. But one of the other features of the game is costumes. You get to put on different outfits to gain new abilities, and this kind of reminded me of A Link Between Worlds, where you had the ability to rent items. They're items we've seen before, but how that influences the flow of the game and the different systems you play with seems very similar to this, where you can just sort of take on a new ability at your own free will.
And it's very visual. When you're going to be playing with other players, you need to know what other abilities these characters have. And if somebody has on their bomb suit, like that, oh, hey, this is the guy who has bombs, this is what he's going to be able to use. How easily or how quickly you're going to be able to switch between them, we're not totally sure how all of that works yet. But I think it's a good visual clue as to what's going on. And it's, I think, going to be a lot of fun because there's a Zelda costume. It's like they're going to have some fun, make things maybe a little bit comical with some of the costumes that are going to be available.
What was really nice for me was to see Nintendo embrace the idea of online multiplayer, which is something you're going to be able to do with this game, is play with your friends online. I mean, that's something Nintendo, keeps dipping their toes in the water to try out, but here they're actually doing it, and it's with a Zelda game, no less.
And we see that with a lot of other games coming out. I think Monster Hunter 4 has been just a great use case for multiplayer on a local or an online capacity that works great. I'm glad that Nintendo is finally jumping onto that bandwagon and producing games that I want to play with my friends, whether they're in the same room with me or maybe they're playing from home.
Craziest thing, this game is coming out this fall, like a few months from now.
Oh, and Nintendo needed that. I mean, there's not a huge slate of games, especially with Zelda getting pushed, that is going to fill out the rest of this year. We were expecting Nintendo to have at least some small surprises that let us know what's coming out for the rest of this year on Wii U and 3DS. We got that during the Nintendo Direct presentation. Maybe not to the level that everyone was expecting. Got a new Mario game, and for 3DS users, a new Zelda game, a new Metroid kind of game. I think Zelda is probably going to be one of the more exciting things that we're going to be able to play on 3DS. And, I'm always any excuse to get back into that Zelda world. That's what I want. And even if maybe it's not a full Zelda adventure, this is going to fill that void that Zelda Wii U has left.
Well, maybe we didn't hear anything about a new Zelda game for Wii U, but at least we're getting something on the 3DS. Hopefully lives up to your expectations. For more news and more related to Nintendo and the rest of the show, stay tuned to GameSpot.com/E3.